Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to CryoFX YouTube channel. Today's video is on cold spark machine rent or cold spark machine for rent. If you're looking to rent one of these cold spark machines, there's a couple of things that you need to be aware of. And that is A, the company you're renting them from. Okay, a lot of these guys will try to rent them to you, you do the deposit, you do everything else, and then either they don't show up or they show up late or the machines don't show up. Lots of problems that you could run into. Not saying everybody, but it is out there, and those of you that are on the bad end of that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So when you're looking for a cold spark machine for rent, maybe it's a cold spark machine for your wedding, maybe it's a private party, regardless of what it is, here's some pieces of advice that you need to know. And of course, the best piece of advice is shared at the end of the video, so make sure you stay around and watch that. Now, what you want to do is you want to determine what type of machine you want to rent first. You have sparkular falls that are up and they bring the sparks down, so they fall down. Hence the name spark fall or cold spark machine falls, whatever you want to call them. And then you have the vertical upwards machines. There's smaller machines, there's larger machines. The difference between those machines is normally the smaller ones, or the minis is what they're called, regardless of brand, they have a simple on and off function. It's either no sparks are spraying or sparks spray. And they generally go to maybe 10 feet, 11 feet, 12 feet, depending who's measuring, how you're looking at it. But advertising is going to probably put the larger number. So the normal regular size ones have the ability to allow you to control the height of the sparks that are coming out. So you can either do a small stream, you could do a larger stream, or you could do all the way, maybe 10, 12, 15 feet, sometimes 16 or more. The things you want to look at and be aware of is do a venue walk. Make sure that A, your venue is okay with it, and B, the height of the ceiling is not going to impede the sparks. The reason being is those sparks will leave a mark on the ceiling. You ever seen something that looks like charred or charcoal or something like that? That will happen. I'll be the first to tell you that. You don't want damage to the property because then insurance gets involved and it is a nightmare. So make sure you look at the ceiling height. The other thing you want to be aware of is where are the people sitting? Where are the other obstacles, if you will, because that's what they are. Where is everything in relevance to the spark machine? If you put the spark machine on a piece of paper, make sure there's nothing around that spark machine. We have done controlled tests before where we've blown sparks into specific ferns and specific items that were sprayed with hairspray or that were possibly flammable, and they did ignite. So these were controlled experiments, and I do not recommend doing this at home, but they could be problematic. And I say that very slow because you need to be aware of that. If you do not know what's going on, you do not know how to use these, I don't want to scare you, but I want to make sure that you know, that you understand that yes, these are a cold spark machine, but you've seen videos before where people put their hands over them and the sparks bounce off. It's a hard surface. Any hard surface would bounce off. Now, if you were to grab those sparks and hold them in your hand, you would get burned. I will tell you right now, you will get burned. Think of a grinder when you're grinding metal and it shoots sparks off. Same concept. Okay? Titanium, zirconium, right here, TI. So I don't have to look at the pack. I just happen to have one here. Some of them are made a little bit differently. Some of the granules are different sizes, but the concept is the same. The heating element heats these up. They are hot. When they come out, they glow. They glow and they burn themselves out, if that, for a lack of better words, and then they disappear. So there is minor fallout. There is no smell, if any at all, and they're actually a very good machine. So a lot of people do want these for weddings. They do want them for private parties, like I said, but these are things that you need to be aware of. Now, I told you earlier in the video that I would give you the best piece of information. That is, check with your local fire department, okay? Typically, and we have offices in California and Vegas specifically, so I know those laws very well. And don't quote me on this. This is not legal advice. This is just what I've heard, what I've researched, and my interpretation. This is not holding the company liable at all for anything here. I have to make that statement on this video. But if you have a private event not open to the public, you can have these machines, okay? If you're a private event. Now, if you're open to the public, if you're selling tickets, if it's at a public venue, generally you need a fire permit. Some of those fire permits require a fire marshal or somebody with a pyro license to be on site. California, theatrical fire license when you're inside a venue, okay? Because that's not anybody with a pyro license can do that. A pyro license, and pyro guys, quote me if I'm wrong on this. However, those guys are the ones that are blasting off fireworks, yada, yada, yada. Well, I hate that, but anyways, inside, a whole different story. Okay, a very good friend of mine has a theatrical pyro license. He's one of the youngest guys in California. And this guy has given me some insight. Again, he's not liable and I'm not liable, but it's very intricate. The last thing that you would want is to have problems. So make sure you check with your fire department. Make sure you get the right permits ran for these and make sure that you are being safe, okay? Have a fire extinguisher on standby. Yes, they're cold spark machines. No other company is going to probably tell you that, but I will be the first to tell you that because you can never be more safe than when you're sorry. Because when you're sorry, it's already too late. And trust me, that's not a place that you want to be. So with that said, because not only, and I'll say this, not only would you ruin it for yourself, but you would ruin it for the entire industry. One or two of these mishaps, you're going to ruin it. It's going to be gone. Okay? There's going to be more regulation. There's going to be more issues. So please be safe with these. Let them cool down. Follow the instructions in the manual. Follow the instructions in our videos on our cleaning processes and watch the videos on how they work on the inside, how a spark machine works. We cover all that. So whether you're using cold spark machine for weddings, for private parties, I've said that 3 times on this video already. We just wanted to cover here about a cold spark machine rental. Okay, we do rent these. We do rent these all over the United States. We have a specific rentals page, link in the description, that covers the rentals, the cold spark machine rentals, whether it's a rental for weddings, anything. We can guide you on exactly what you need, okay? Just make sure you understand what you want. Make sure you understand that whether you're renting them, are you hiring the company to come out and operate them as well? Or are you gonna operate them yourselves? If you operate them yourselves, are you going to operate them with a DMX controller and DMX cords? Or are you going to operate them with a wireless remote? Are you going to operate the cold spark machines manually? We had a wedding. Somebody got some of these the other day. They purchased them from us. And they want 2 people, 1 on each machine, to manually set the machine. Cold spark machine, manual operation. They want to be able to do that locally on the machine. So everybody has their own request. And I can't tell you what your requests are. All I can do is present this information to you, and you make the decisions for yourself. Thanks for watching this video. This is on cold spark machine rental or cold spark machine rent, however you want to say it. And I'm Chris. This is CryoFX. Please like the video and of course subscribe. We have more videos coming up. Sometimes we give offers away for discounted rentals and discounted machines, but you got to subscribe in order to get those notifications. Hit that bell, the notification bell, the bell somewhere on the video. Okay, well, enough of that. CryoFX. Thanks guys for watching.